What's up, everybody? Voice of Frenzy Online. How's it going? Yeah, it's been a while since the last time I posted anything on YouTube because, I've been quite busy. And then Tekken 8 Season 2 was not the most entertaining to stream or make videos about, which is why my motivation to make any content was kind of going up and down like a roller coaster. But hey, Season 2 is almost over. Season 3 is literally 4 days away, and we're like 3 days away from getting major patch notes, which is one of the most important points in Tekken 8 in terms of like it's either going to be make it or break it, because right now season 2, I mean, to say the least, it's not doing well, and they just abandoned the game for the whole year, for the whole season, after releasing a few mandate patch notes, which were like small directions into the right, like small steps into the right direction, but not even closely enough. So now we're like four days away from getting the season 3 and just saying goodbye to season 2. But first, I wanted to just check Mayman's thoughts about the community expectation management and his bits of criticisms to Bandai Namco, which in my opinion was really interesting. And then I just wanted to give my perspective on his thoughts and my perspective of what's the situation and what should we expect. So let's check the video out first. It's only 8 minutes.
What's up, guys? Main Man Sui here, hoping you're all doing awesome as always. As you're watching the amazing Tekken World Tour gameplay in the background here, I want to talk about some, things regarding Season 3 and back to basics, and that's about to be, it's already a meme, and it's only going to become
That's
more
true.
of a meme. I don't think we're going to fuck up as badly as they did with Season 2, the defensive patch where they buffed offense everywhere and turned.
I mean, I agree. I don't think they will mess up as badly as they did in season 2, where they just, yeah, like he said, like where they buffed everybody. But to be honest, I would prepare myself for this. I would literally prepare myself for this scenario that season 3 is going to be the double down on all the principles and all the goals that Bandai Namco pursued with Tekken 8. So I'm not saying that we should expect season 2 to happen again, but I'm just saying that we should prepare for this. Because again, like on the TWT in when was it, February? Yeah, like they literally showed us new moves, new stance transitions, which already is a bit questionable. Like, why would you add new moves and new stance transitions given the current state of the game? So, like, my point is here, like, I would still prepare myself for a possibility that season 3 is going to be just another season 2 situation where it's like we wanted more defensive direction, we wanted more defensive situation and not offensive, but they will do the opposite. So I'm just saying that we should prepare ourselves and not exclude this possibility.
Half a roster into a fucking joke. I don't think they're gonna mess up that badly.
I
It's
hope
just
not.
that the
I hope not.
wording they used when they gave us additional news like a week ago, they said that, boys, keep your expectations in check. Don't expect a shitload of changes because we don't want that. We're gonna mess.
Okay, here's what I think about what they did, because yes, they did make the article where they just kind of they let everybody know, like, hey, manage your expectations. We're not going to make any major patch notes. My assumption about this, or like my hope, like I choose to hope, and I choose to believe that the reason why they made this announcement is because whenever you go to Twitter and then you see what people want for season 3, it's the most bizarre and the most insane and unrealistic expectations and requests, such as removing heat mechanic, completely just rolling back to season 1, so like rolling back all the season 2 changes and just going back to season 1. Then some people also want some complete character rework from the scratch. I think mostly this is with Anna, and I think this is mostly with Eddie and Lydia, like those characters. So some people want also complete like combo damage nerf by, like, I don't know, by 25%. So there are all kinds of different like unrealistic expectations from developers. Like I said, yeah, like removing heat, reworking characters, rolling back to season 1. It's just many people, like, they were really expecting this, and in my opinion, like, developers reading all those requests, they were like, oh wait, hold on, guys. I mean, surely we're gonna nerf characters, but we're not gonna freaking go back to season 1. And surely we're not gonna rework characters, and we're not gonna remove heat, because this is the core mechanic of the game. We're not gonna remove heat from the game. Like, that's, I think, what they tried to say. That, like, we are gonna continue pursuing better balance for the game, but we're not gonna, like, I don't know, like, do those insanely drastic changes, because this is gonna just corrupt the game. So I hope that this is what they meant, and not like, oh, don't expect any patch notes. I mean, we're just gonna Just do a few a few balance changes, but don't expect anything major. I hope that this is not the case. I hope that this is not the case, and I hope that they just wanted to manage expectations in terms of like, okay, guys, don't be delusional. Like, I hope that this is what they meant.
Up a game. We're going to do it step by step, little by little. And I'm like,
Yeah,
well,
they
you
did
took
say
a
that.
sledgehammer to this game in season 2. I'm sure you can take a sledgehammer again, but in the right direction, which is a fuck ton of nerfs.
That's actually a good point. Like, yeah, in season 2, they did not hold back. In season 2, they did not hold back. They were like, okay, buff, 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 buff. And when it comes to season 3, and when it comes to nerfing down the things that they messed up, they were like, but we gotta tread carefully here. We gotta be careful. What if we corrupt the game? What if we do something like? Why are you guys so afraid of making this game too defensive? Like, you can always buff the characters, right? In my opinion, it is easier to buff the characters rather than to nerf them. Because whenever you give insane install projectiles to characters like, June, or when you give some other additional installs, like to Jack and Oscar and whatever, in season 2, I think this is much more difficult to nerf and to deal with when you realize that this is broken, rather than to keep the characters on a defensive side and then buff them when needed, So I think like nerfing is harder than buffing.
Ready for a little bit of a disappointment, because I think what's going to happen is that you're going to see on a character basis, character level, you'll see a couple of nerfs, but not nearly enough. So get ready to get hit by Lee's Danford 3-4 unavoidable mix, and then you can say, well, back to basics, right? But I guess it's going to be another, step in the right direction. Trademark.
It better be.
I mention that it is great though that the heat smash, wall splatting heat smashes will be a thing of the past. They've said they're gonna remove every single one, including Heihachi's, and I think this is fantastic news.
I mean, those are great news, but to be honest, I still have some questions. Not just me, but like people still have questions regarding this, because they did specify that the wall splat heat smashes are gone, but what about the floor breaking heat smashes? Because they never addressed this one, for example. Like, they never said, like, okay, yeah, like the wall break and wall splat heat smashes are gone, but then, like, there are characters like Jack and characters like Heihachi, which have the floor break, so they never addressed this one. I just choose to believe, again, I'm a hoper, I just choose to believe that they also included and they also meant the floor break heat smashes are also gone. Right?
And I find it comical when it seems like a lot of players are already complaining on Twitter. Does the community even deserve a well-made game?
It's so annoying.
It seems to be the mantra of everyone. Everyone's a character politician. And on Twitter,
that's so true, bro. That's so true.
It's basically, well, season 2 was a fucking mess. Revert it. But not on my character.
Oh my gosh.
My character should keep all of those juicy buffs. But
yeah, I fully agree here. Like, this is so frustrating, bro. Like, this is so frustrating. And to be honest, again, no offense to Mayman, but he is guilty in this just as much. He was the one who in season 2 was saying, oh, Heihachi is perfectly balanced. Heihachi is the epitome of balance. And I have literally clips and videos of him saying this. Again, we all make mistakes, but I just want to point out that he also was wrong about Lydia. He was also wrong about Eddie. He was wrong about Lee Chaolan. Because in season 1, he was saying, oh, Lydia and Eddie, oh my gosh, you guys say everything is broken, you guys say everything is OP. While in fact, these characters, they're pretty balanced. Lee Chaolan is dumpster garbage tier, and now all this is opposite. He used to say that Heihachi is super balanced. And, just recently he made a video about how broken Heihachi is. At the dawn of season 2, it took him quite a while to realize this. Again, I'm not blaming him exclusively, I'm just saying that he was... I was also part of the same problem. I used to think that Law is balanced, especially in season 1. I used to think this, but I gotta agree with him that this is insanely annoying and insanely disingenuous. The only way for us to fix this game as the community is for us to stop treasuring our characters, stop playing politics, and the only way for us to fix this game as a community is to just, be honest and just, like, tell to the developers, no, nerf everybody. Me, as a Yoshi player, I would love to see Yoshi nerfs. Yeah, to be honest, again, trust me or not, but I would be fine if they put Yoshi back to the Tekken 7 state, where he had barely any combo damage, where he barely had anything in terms of, like high combo damage, and he purely relied on tricks and resets. I'm fine with this. And to be honest, like, that's my game plan in Tekken 7. I try to constantly seek the resets, I constantly try to seek the, tech traps, but it's just not fun to, like, double or triple tap my opponents. So, if they put Yoshi down to, you know, like Tekken 7 state where he has no combo damage, they nerf the thing out of his NSS or while in heat forward 1+2, I'm fine. I'm completely okay with this. You know, his NSS or while in heat flash hurt box can also like see a bit of reduction in my opinion because it reaches way too far to the extent where you can just you know, if you'll block a low which is far enough, you can, if you're fast enough, you can just micro dash towards your opponent and do the flash and launch them. You know, I mean, what is this? So Yoshi also definitely deserves nerfs. I'm not trying to protect the character, but I see so many of the content creators and even pros trying to be like, oh no, my character is okay. My character is fine. I mean, again, I don't want to point fingers, but like every time I used to watch K-Wiz videos, I would just get so furious. It's constantly like, you know, like, again, I love K-Wiz. He's a goated player. He's a great content creator and a pro player. But it's just this disingenuous downplay of like, yeah, but my character is very, I mean, yeah, but you have to understand that people just don't know the game. People don't understand the game. People just don't know the moves and people don't want to lap anything. You know, like this wishy-washy attitude, and where he would also like, as a mandate, he would just say like, oh yeah, I mean, yeah, Hwoarang is very strong, but in my opinion, like he's not as strong as everybody believes. And it's just like this disingenuous attitude towards their mains is coming from all different content creators and pro players. Fighting GM, for example, who was gaslighting everybody into thinking that Lee Chaolan is barely playable, you know, in terms of like just him being insanely weak. So I think we just need to drop this concept. Again, I don't want to point fingers at anybody. I myself, I'm guilty in this, or used to be guilty in this. Now I'm fine if they just nerf the thing out of my characters. And buff Kunimitsu and Bob, who I'm looking forward to. No, I'm kidding. I hope all of them are going to be very balanced.
Nerf everyone else. Man, Season 2 was a disaster. Nerf everyone else. But my character, come on, needs buffs, right?
Yeah,
Already we've seen multiple
you gotta stop playing politics.
Hwoarang content creators, even pros, saying on Twitter that, man, nerfing that wall splatting heat smash, terrible idea. And what
really? They really said this, bro. Well, I thought he meant in general, like Hwoarang players, they're down players, but like, did they actually complain about the heat smash not being wall splatting anymore? Like, are you guys kidding?
What's Hwoarang doing now? Now it's just a 50 damage knockdown into right flamingo mix. They are legit complaining.
That's so bad.
So at the end of the day, I'm like, maybe we deserve another Season 2 disaster. Because the only way this game moves forward is if we all, that was sick, is if we all agree that all of our characters should go on the chopping block. For my character Kazuya, I suggest Downback 1-2 into Rising Sun should be a thing of the past. I think Scourge, his low, should be -15 on block. And I also believe that the tracking on Devil Fist can get toned down. I think we all have to be open.
Oh, don't be shy now, main man. Don't be shy. I mean, surely you can also mention the double Shikoi that Kazuya has for some freaking reason. I mean, given the range that Shikoi has, and in certain circumstances and scenarios, Shikoi can also do the wall splat, you know, into combo reset. Like, I mean, glad that you mentioned your own character, but like, Kazuya in heat is a disaster. Kazuya in heat is absolutely OP. I'm not saying Kazuya in general is OP, but in heat he is just so insanely busted. Down back to 1, which is not steppable. I was never able to step down back to 1 while Kazuya is in heat. His demon fist is insanely tracking, especially in heat. The range is crazy as well, and then like on top of this, Kazuya also will threaten you with Shikoi, which you can do twice, and there's not a single darn thing you can do about it. Then also the low heat smash, which gives a wall splat into combo reset. But I mean, that part is gone now, okay? But I mean, double Shikoi needs to go. Like Kazuya needs to be able to do 1 Shikoi. Or if he's gonna do 2 Shikois, it should not be safe and like I don't know, punch you, not punch you back, but like push you back like crazy. I mean, I'm sorry, but that needs to be gone.
To the possibility and idea that our character also gets nerfed, so that other characters can come down. I believe that's where we should be as a community. It would be very healthy and good for Tekken if that happened. So again, regarding back to basics, wall splat heat smash is gone. Fantastic. They've also nerfed.
That was a really great change.
Installs right now work in the way that I mean, you see Claudio there. Beneath his health bar, there's a star that lights up when he hits a while running 2 there. Thank you, Mulgold. And this means that after certain attacks, he gets that token. He has an install for one opportunity to do an install attack, and then it goes away again. But
that was a great change.
Heat is that character pops heat, and up until the heat bar runs out, they have install, right? And as soon as the heat bar runs out here in Season 2, the version of the game you are currently playing, they actually get a token when it runs out. So they spam install, and they do an install attack, and when the heat bar runs out, they still have a token.
Yeah, this is so great that this is gone now. This is gone.
When that heat bar runs out, the token is removed, no matter what.
Yeah.
Sound like a...
But the question is it also going to be applicable to all the characters? Like, because Heihachi, for example, like whenever he's in Warrior Instinct, like is his Warrior Instinct also going to be contingent on heat? What about for example, June? Because June's install is accumulatable, so she has to accumulate the install. So is her install also going to be gone as soon as heat is gone? Like, I hope so. If, for example, Warrior Instinct is gone as soon as heat is gone, and all those freaking garbage installs are gone as soon as heat is gone, this is going to be insanely good buff to defense. Because I'm sorry, but I just want to pull my hair out whenever I play against Heihachi. For example, I play against Heihachi and it's 2-2, right? It's a very even game. What does Heihachi do? And then goes into Warrior Instinct and just completely overweights the odds to himself against the game. And then I'm like, oh, congratulations. Same with June. Like, as soon as they accumulate their install projectile, all they do is they stop engaging with you. They just take a 5-6 meter break from you. And then they're just going to stand there like this. And as soon as you try to charge at them, they'll be like... And it's just like insanely stupid stuff. Like, they would just stop engaging. They would stop playing the game. They would just stand there 5-6 meters away and just shoot the projectile. And as soon as and June players will say, yeah, but it's super linear and unsafe. Yeah, except whenever you try to challenge this, they will also rotate this with back 3 or can. Okay, so thank you. But if all the installs are gone with heat, I'm gonna be super happy. That's gonna be an insanely good nerf to installs and buff to defense.
A lot, but it actually amounts to quite a bit. This means that, for example, if Brian chooses to heat smash you, he cannot follow up with an incinerator or a reversal or a soul
that's so cool. That's so cool.
Tick. So it actually is pretty big. What I wish they would do at Bandai Namco is...
I mean, these two changes are already a significantly good direction into the right, these two changes are two significant steps into the right direction. That's what I tried to say, gosh.
Stop using big buzzwords like the big defensive patch. Back to basics. In my opinion, don't use big buzzwords like that if you're not 100% sure you're gonna deliver big. Who comes up with these buzzwords and taglines? You're opening yourself up to get bad PR and get fucking clowned on. Again, wall splatting heat smash, great. Nerf to install, great. But to be able to say back to basics, you're going to need a heck of a lot more. It's going to need a...
Yeah, but like I said, I believe that the reason why they made this post in terms of okay, guys, don't expect a huge patch is because, again, they just wanted to make sure people understand that they're not going to go overboard with changes in terms of removing heat mechanic from the game completely. Or, rolling back to Season 1 or whatever. And I feel like people just had some delusional, unrealistic, unfair expectations from developers, which is why developers had to be okay, guys, hold on. I mean, we are going to nerf, but we're not going to, do what you want us to do, which is just kind of remaking the game, because it would be like Tekken 8 remake at this point.
Game where Ana isn't a flawless character without identity that carries a, Bushin fundamental skill ranked player to God of Destruction by just mashing a few attacks. It's going to mean removing full screen homing attacks that are plus on block, or homing mids that are +1, that have no weaknesses. And have you seen Clive? If there aren't gigantic nerfs to the Final Fantasy character, I don't want you to use the wording back to basics. If you
that's fair.
Use cool wording like back to basics, people have expectations when you say stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it better be a big fucking leap in the right direction,
Sorry about
right?
that.
I just want to stress with a video like how we all as a community now have to agree that we are all open and we all welcome nerfs to every
Yeah.
character, and that's including the character you fucking play.
Yes.
I don't know,
Yes.
it's
100%.
very unserious and child.
No, but to be honest, I also don't understand the ideology of downplay because, again, if you are a character loyalist, if you play, I don't know, Yoshi or Huarang or Kazuya or whoever, I mean, you will still have fun with the character no matter what. I mean, is the game going to be more demanding for you to get wins with? Yes, for sure. But then again, that's what makes Tekken Tekken. You know that there is a, like that people put work into winning. That people put work into actually getting something from the game, right? Rather than you just doing the same OP stuff, Vortex, for example, and then just getting the win and whatever. So I feel like if you're a character loyalist, it's not going to affect you. Like any nerf is not going to affect you. For example, in Season 2, they nerfed the thing out of Yoshi, and again, he needs more nerfs, 100%. But they nerfed the thing out of Yoshi, he's significantly weaker than he was in Season 1. But people, I mean, Yoshi loyalists, they still continue playing the game, and they keep on getting better with the character. So nerfs for the character significantly mean, your improvement as the player, because you depend less on the character and more on your personal skills, and then you mix it up together with your character choice. So I think like nerfs should not affect character loyalists, and if you care so much about the balance of the character, then you're not a true character loyalist. You're just tier whoring. I'm sorry, but that's the truth. That's the truth.
When I see people call for nerfs and reverting Season 2, but then say that their character should have plot armor and does not deserve nerfs.
Yeah, this is I can't understand it.
Prominent, even Ana players saying nothing's wrong with Ana.
Yeah, they can
Don't
shut
nerf
up.
her. Learn the matchup. These are prominent players. I'm sorry, but that's just insulting on 50 different levels.
It is.
I have my expectations very much in check with the patch. I don't think they're dumb enough to do another Season 2. You know, where it's that bipolar patch where
I'll be careful with this one.
Game designer on the team that's like, okay, this is a healthy direction and does nerfs. And then there's some other fucking clown on the team that, like, for some reason injects the game with, pours gasoline on the raging forest fire, and suddenly it's like, well, 15 characters get, god buttons that overshadow their entire.
I hope it's not going to be the case with Season 3. And personally, I don't think we need new moves. I don't think we need new moves, because the new moves were the reason Season 2 went south. Because, they gave tailspins to so many different characters, which significantly extended the combo damage. To Lars, who, in my opinion, was so much better in Season 1, they gave him probably the most broken wall ender into insane damage buff, given the strength that this character has with the wall travel. So I personally, I would rather not have any new moves at all. And I feel like Tekken 8 is already rich in moves. I don't think we need like that many new moves in overall. And I don't think right now, I think first you nerf the game, then you add new content to it. That's how it goes.
We're dumb enough to do that, right? They got a very, very negative backlash with Season 2, which was well deserved, and I feel like they can't be that dumb again. But what I'm saying is I have my expectations in check now, in that the patch will not be what we want it to be, which is a gigantic step in the right direction.
Yeah, but like I said, everybody has very subjective idea of like what is the perfect Tekken looking like. Everybody has very own objective understanding of like what is the balance in this game. Some people, again, like I said this already twice, some people would like to see heat mechanic completely gone. I think even Mainman himself said this once himself, that like if you remove heat from the game, you will already see a significantly better Tekken, which is a fair criticism. But again, like that's why everybody has own definition of what is the balance of the game. So I can assure you that whenever Season 3 comes out and all the patch notes are released, I can assure you like vast majority of people is going to be still dissatisfied or underwhelmed. But the question is like what they will do, is it still going to be a good stuff? Is it still going to be significant nerfs and changes? Like that's the question.
I'm hoping it's a big enough step. And I hope they also deliver afterwards in additional patches, and that maybe that portal thing actually serves a purpose, where the developer feedback portal. I think it's going to be through Discord, where we can directly give them advice, even on a character basis. From what I understand, every character will have its own channel on that forum. and we can give them character by character feedback.
Mm.
And I'm hoping that also leads to positive outcomes. But so yeah, I just want to talk a little bit about the upcoming Season 3 patch and the way I look at it. It's going to be interesting to say the least. And I hope you all have a great day. Take care.
I mean, great video and great thoughts. And personally, I would just say that the fact that they left Season 2 abandoned, after releasing a few mandate, like small patch notes, and then they just completely abandoned Season 2. They were like, we're satisfied. We're satisfied. So the way Season 2 is, we're satisfied. We just released a few freaking patch notes or like patches so that you guys would just shut up. And now we're just going to keep it for the pros because we don't want to mess with the tournaments. The fact that they did this, I'm personally, I'm never going to forgive them for this. In my opinion, they should have continued nerfing the characters. They should have continued pursuing the fixation and the a correction of their own stupid mistakes in Season 2. But the fact that they just left this game in an abandoned state for the entire season, making the whole community suffer because of a few pros who went to TWT, and even those pros were begging for nerfs, despite their own character, right? So, like, the fact that they did this, I think the community will never forgive them for this. I will never forgive them for this, because this was insanely unfair. This was an insanely unfair thing, and if they are not gonna nerf this character or like this game in Season 3, and if the patch notes are gonna be underwhelming, I'm just gonna tell you this: they're just gonna shoot themselves with a revolver in the kneecaps, because nobody's gonna wait for another year for them to just find a way to nerf this game. Me, at least, I'm not gonna wait for another year for them to fix their mistakes that they should have fixed a long time ago. And to be honest, this community has already done them a great favor by creating those kind of Tekken 8 mods with different character move behaviors. There are different like mods that show like, okay, we want this, this, and that. So these are like fan made, but the community has already given you the direction of what people want. All you need to do is just to review this, analyze this, and implement this. Right, at least to a certain degree. So like you already have like half a job done for you, you balanced team. So if Season 3 is not going to cut this, if Season 3 is going to be another disaster, me personally, I can say that I'm not going to play this game for another year for them to be like, okay, guys, surely Season 4 is going to be it. Surely Season 4 is going to be it. I'm not doing this. If they're not going to fix this game, I mean, I'm looking forward to Kunimitsu, I'm looking forward to Bob, 100%. But if they're going to be another install-based rush-down OP characters, I'm not playing this game. I'll just play this game, in terms of like just like occasionally just booting it up. Maybe I'll stream it like maybe once in a while, play quick matches or play viewer games. But I'm not gonna like go to tournaments, travel around the world, because I was seriously planning to go to TWT. Then I'm like, I mean, if they're not gonna announce Season 3, why would I go? Like, why would I go? So I was going to local tournaments. I was planning to continue, participating on different major tournaments. But if Season 3 is not going to be it, I'm just not doing any of this. And I can, but like me alone, I'm fine. I'm a small, low-key, no-name, small audience content creator, beginner content creator. But I can assure you that, people are going to be dropping this game. And those same casuals that Bandai Namco is pursuing for some random reason, those same casuals are not going to play this game, like if they're not going to fix it in Season 3. Yeah, but those were my thoughts. I mean, thanks to Mayman for this little video. I think these were great thoughts. And I just want to encourage everybody just to keep their expectations on check, because again, we don't know what the Season 3 is going to look like. It can be a disaster, it can be a really good patch, or it can be a really good season. Depends. Let's see. So thanks for watching, and let me know what you think. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and see you in the next one. Bye.